Happy race day. Are we going to get affected by rain again at Nashville? It's a chance. Because there is another chance of rain for today. But we don't have wet weather tires for today. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Unlike Loudon, where we had wet weather tires where we could take a brief delay, get the track at least dry enough for them to go back racing with the wet weather tires and finish the race out. And we had overtime. So not only did we have a weather delay, we also got overtime, and it wasn't canceled. So we had to see 3, 4, and sometimes I even felt like I saw 5 wide racing. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Not on the wet weather tires, but just in general. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, y'all are getting a little rambunctious here. It was like they knew weather was coming. And they just, I don't know why my checker's going. Let me fix that. There we go. We're working to get as much as they could out of the way. We only had 82 laps left to go when we did hit that red flag and lightning. It was absolutely insane. Tyler Reddick was the leader. I think he was probably hoping that we would stay red. I don't know anybody who doesn't hope that we wouldn't stay red at that point. Because it's like, yeah, we can stay red. You can cancel the rest of the race. It's raining. They were dumping water off of the canopies of their little war rooms on pit road, everywhere. They, NASCAR then mandated that tires could be changed. Now, I would say the one thing I did not like was that when they came down pit road, they couldn't change tires afterwards, like to anything else. Like let the drivers and crew chiefs make that decision. If it's time for them to switch over, if need be. Yeah, the track was still a little wet, but afterwards. But it looked like it was quite dry there at the very end of the race. Christopher Bell went to lead the last 64 laps and earned his 3rd victory of the year. So he got 22 playoff points and is second to Larson, who has 23 playoff points to the season. So it was definitely interesting. Christopher Bell did win stage 1. Denny Hamlin did win stage 2. We had quite a few wrecks and issues. Kyle Busch had another rough race. He was lapped about 40 laps into the race, and then he was later involved in an accident. It was a horrible thing. We had another engine failure, but this time it was not Joe Gibbs. It was a Rick Hendricks engine for Alex Bowman, which was, again, not something that we see a lot of. We don't see a lot of Hendrick Motorsports engine failures or Joe Gibbs engine failures. So, I mean, we've definitely seen our share of engine failures the last couple of races. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on. And I just, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. We had 6 lead changes among 5 drivers. Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Todd Gilliland, Denny Hamlin, and Tyler Reddick were all of your drivers who had lead changes or led the race. We had 14 caution flags. Those are including stage breaks. It was just insane. Most of them starting in stage 2, moving forward. And then it ended with Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Josh Berry, Kyle Larson, Christopher Buescher, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Another good race for him. John Hunter Nemechek, and Martin Truex Jr. and Ross Chastain being your top 10 from New Hampshire. So very interesting to see. And also interesting to see that Christopher Bell finished 1, Chase Briscoe finished 2. Christopher Bell accidentally slipped up and made the announcement that Chase Briscoe would be joining in the replacement of Martin Truex Jr. Early. They did make the official announcement on Tuesday, where Joe Gibbs allowed Christopher Bell to make the grand welcoming announcement to Joe Gibbs Racing for Chase Briscoe. So while the cat was pretty much out the bag, it really was made official on Tuesday that Chase was going to the number 19 starting next year. And Andrew Petrie announced very abruptly his retirement from RCR. He is the executive vice president and former championship crew chief on Tuesday. Keith Rodden is going to serve as the interim competition director at RCR. He said he was incredibly grateful for the impact he has had, Richard Childress has had on his career, as well as the wonderful memories and on-track success we have enjoyed together. Petrie said in the statement from the team, although my day-to-day involvement with RCR is changing, I will always be a fan and supporter, and everyone is supporter of everyone in Welcome, North Carolina. I wish RCR the best in the rest of the season and beyond. Petrie had joined RCR in 1993 as the crew chief for Dale Earnhardt's team and helped Earnhardt win Cup titles in 93 and 94, the 6th and 7th series championship for the Hall of Fame driver. So it was definitely something I didn't foresee out of the blue that quickly. So this week we also got an announcement that we hadn't seen Eric Almirola in the Xfinity, as there had been a team suspension at Joe Gibbs Racing due to an incident with Bubba Wallace sometime back in May, that he should be back sometime for Indianapolis. There was no details as to what this situation was. Everybody's been pretty mum about it, like closed mouth. So we should be seeing Eric Almirola back in the Xfinity series sometime when we go to Indianapolis. We'll have to wait and see. Bubba Wallace was asked about it this weekend, and he says, I'm going to leave people's, reputation intact. So, whatever it was, I guess, was not pretty. So, I don't know. Enough for team suspension, though. That's all I can tell. And that's something, again, NASCAR is a family, and they don't play those games. That's definitely for sure. We are heading to Nashville today, and John Hunter Nemechek won yesterday. They had multiple issues, though, yesterday in the Xfinity series with cool suits failing them. So definitely something to watch out for today's race. And I'm sorry, I hear my pit bulls going crazy. My dad just got back, so they hear my dad in the backyard. That would be why. So that's going to be something to watch out for. Cool suits, cooling shirts, everything going down, because it is hot. I know, at least here in Virginia, it is ridiculous. So being hydrated, staying hydrated, keeping fluids, the whole 9 yards is important. Hence me drinking water today and not coffee. But beforehand, they did talk to Josh Berry as well, because he is another driver that is pending a spot for another ride. And he says he feels good about having a spot in the Cup Series next year. He just has not said where or with whom yet. So we are just going to keep an eye on that and see where he lands. They did penalize Justin Haley's team for a violation before qualifying. And Justin Haley will have to start at the rear today after the violation. And after passing inspection, the team made an unapproved adjustment. NASCAR did not state what the team has did, though. So they were not able to qualify. The team lost their pit selection, and the car chief, Junior Norris, was ejected for the remainder of the weekend. And Haley must do a drive-through pit road as well. And so this penalty also comes as, Justin Haley and Rick Ware actually have been having a really good, really strong races here the last couple weeks. Haley has been finishing 13th or better in the last 6 races, which is awesome for that group. And really has shown a huge improvement overall for that team. So we hope to see or hope to hear the formal announcement of what they got penalized for, because I have not officially heard. But we are at Nashville. NBC will have coverage of today's race starting at 3:30. Green flag is set to wave at 3:53. Yeah, I'm sorry. He sees his grandpa and he's so excited about it. The distance is 3:00. 3:00. The distance is 300 laps, or just under 400 miles in the 1.33 mile track. Stage 1 ends on lap 90. Stage 2, 185. And it's all on NBC today. PRN, if you need to listen to it, or Sirius XM, high of 87. But again, there is that chance of rain. It says about 35% chance, but with the heat, humidity, it could be completely different. Really, I'm not putting anything past anything right now. Denny Hamlin is on the pole. Josh Berry, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Ty Gibbs, Christopher Buescher, and Austin Cindric are your top 10. So happy Sunday, happy race day. And I know 4th of July is not quite here, but I hope that you have a wonderful 4th of July week coming up. As we are preparing to go into that week. Be safe and enjoy racing, and I will see you back again soon. Bye, y'all.